results of the survey later on. But for now, we're going to continue with presentation. From our reading this morning, you will see that wives have been told to submit. Submit to your husband. Submit. Can somebody give me the meaning of submit in Igbo? Ihe ọ pụtara submit n'asụsụ Igbo. Rubisi. So if submit means rubisi, what is respect? No, I'm asking that because I may not know it all. What's the meaning of respect? Saburu. Makes sense though. Yes, my sister.
Submit is like nyonwegi.
Nyonwegi. Wow, that's it. Hand yourself in, right? Hand yourself over. I heard about the person that was accusing the Nigerian young man the other day that he turned himself in. You know about turning yourself in. So submit yourself. Hand yourself over. Nyonwegi. What about do onwegi n'okpuru? N'okpuru di. Put yourself under his leadership. Submit. So submit yourself to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Can you see the comparison between the husband and Christ? Very important. Very, very important. I'm going to explain to you why it's important that the husband will be to the wife as Christ is to the church. So it's not just a matter of submit. It's not just a matter of put yourself under. Submit to your own husband. We're not here yet. Okay. Submit to your own husband. We are still, excuse me, no, we are not there yet. Before this one. Okay, so let somebody quickly find 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 1 to 6. Let's just go ahead. 1 Peter 3, 1 to 6, very quickly.
Peter 3, 1 to 6.
Yes.
Likewise, wives, be subject to your own husbands, so that even if some do not obey the word, they may be won without a word by the conduct of their wives. When they see your respectful and pure conduct, do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of hair and the putting on of gold jewelry, or the clothing you wear, but let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. For this is how the holy woman who hoped in God used to adorn themselves, by submitting to their own husband. As Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, and you are her children, if you do good and do not fear anything that is frightening.
Amen. Father, we commit this moment unto your care. Your word has been read, and we pray that this word will really be ingrained into us. That you, Lord, our God, you will minister unto our hearts, unto our souls. We cover us with the precious blood of Jesus Christ, that the word of God will be engrafted in us, and our lives will be transformed after your own image, and our families will be strengthened, oh God. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray.
Amen.
So let's continue. Submit to your own husband, and I underlined or highlighted the word own. That means that you have to own a husband. You have to have a husband of your own to whom you have to submit. I'm not going to be around somebody in my workplace or in the church who is not my husband coming to boss me around. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Coming to tell me what to do. When you tell me what to do, I will go home, talk to my husband, we'll discuss it, and then I'll come and tell you what we have agreed to do. I don't know if that makes sense. So, because we have men and women here, it's good for us to clear this out. That when we are being told to submit to husbands, we are not being told to submit to any man that wants to have his way. It is only to our own husband. How wonderful the Bible is. They don't make mistake. When they are saying something in the Bible, they are saying it real. Own. Bear that in mind. So, there's no mixture of words. And in 1 Peter, we are also told that the wives should submit to their husbands. They didn't say owner, but wife. For you to be a wife and your husband, it means that it has to be your own husband. Very important. There are some people who go out there and say, all women are under men. We are under God. There's no male nor female. We are under God. But God has a governmental hand, a plan for his church, where we know that the husband is the head. And so, significantly in the church, we give the men that due respect also of being the husbands. But that does not mean that any husband from another home will run the home of another person. Husband is the head of his wife as Christ is to the church, his body. He is the savior of the church. That means that you are also the savior of your household. You are the pastor and the priest of your household. Just like Jesus is our pastor and our priest of the church. So the church submits to Christ. If you definitely want your wives or your children and everybody to submit to you, you have to first of all submit to Christ. Very important. But wives, our duty is to do the submission. Their duty is to be judged by God. That they are also to be submissive to. Wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Everything. Very frightening too. For me, as a woman and a wife, to submit in everything. Wow. It doesn't mean that we should allow oppression. I want you to know that. Because every submission has its own direction. It doesn't also mean that your husband will always have his way. Some men are so self-opinionated about this. Not as if we women are not self-opinionated sometimes, but some men go the extra way of saying, it has to be my way or nothing works. But is it God's way? Remember, you are supposed to be the example of Christ in your own home. You are supposed to have submitted to Christ. Wives must submit to you if you are submitted to Christ. Very important. Well, we are going to come to that. Remember that in Peter's case, in the case, what Peter told us, you should also submit for another reason. And that reason is to win your husband to Christ. So don't go out there and say, well, he's not obeying God, so I cannot submit to him. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm only telling the men who are looking at me here that they also have a part to play in that submission. On the other hand, you can't say because he's doing his own thing, then I shouldn't submit to him. Because by submitting to him, you are also ministering to his soul. Amen?
Amen.
Wives must not submit to committing sin. Okay? If what is being done is sinful, and the husband said, no, we have to do it. But wife will say what? No, categorically, because we are all answerable to the Almighty God.
That's right.
we will not submit to work against our conscience. Okay? So if this is wrong and the conscience, you know that, okay, you won't be able to live with yourself after doing this, you will not say yes to that. You will not also submit to tell a lie or conceal the truth and justice. Not too long ago, last year, my sister and her husband, they had an issue with someone that was supposed to buy a car in Nigeria, buy a car for the husband. And the person told them, referred them to somebody else. A long story anyway. But at the point, when the matter came up, their money was not there, the car was not there. So when the matter came up among the pastors and their team, the husband was trying to get the man, the one that referred him, into serious trouble. In fact, he was going to arrest him, and he reported to everybody, and the man was crying. So it came to that point. My sister had to step up and say, look, in front of the other pastors, she said, no, look, this man did not do anything wrong. My husband is just vilifying you. The husband said, what? Don't come home with me. She said, I'm not coming home with you. I will stay here, but you are wrong, And that was the only way the man was set free. And he reported to everybody, called us, called everybody, my mom and all that. Look at what my wife did. She went there and said I was wrong. She said, no, I'm not going to stand here and allow them to put somebody in trouble who did nothing wrong. So eventually the matter was settled. When he finished ranting, my sister got home, went to bed, slept very well, woke up in the morning, went to work, came back, and then they were asking me, I thought you said your wife shouldn't come home. The kids were saying, I thought you said mom should pack her things and leave. He didn't say anything again, and that was it. So she was willing and ready to go that length because, look, the truth has to be told. So we need to stand by what is true, not allow people to be maltreated, not joining a husband maybe to take a bribe and conceal the truth like that. Please, we have to remember Ananias and Sapphira. Does everybody know the story of Ananias and Sapphira? Okay, they concealed the truth, told the lie, paid with their lives. So we have to be very, very careful. That is, submission does not mean that you do the wrong thing while submitting. Wives should submit to their husbands in everything. And I want to say that that's where who you marry matters. 2 Chronicles 6:14-18. Thank you. You read it on your own, but that's the verse that says, do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. You're a Christian, you're committed to the church, you want to live a righteous life. And I'm talking right now to our youth, the young people, as we are growing and it's time to get married. We've had so many cases. I've had a girl who involved in the FAC, involved in church and all that, just get married off to a Muslim man from Kwara State, because, they thought they had money. So money kind of wants to answer everything. But recently, I also heard that the marriage has had a problem. Either it's packed up or something. So I've had people just jump after things that you can see instead of thinking about the spiritual life of who you marry. First thing I tell my kids when they come back, bring somebody in, and I say, is she born again? Is he born again? And they know mom is going to ask that question. And I remember when my daughter came back and said, this is what she's thinking, and this person wants to come and see us, and things like that. And I asked the question, is he born again? What is going on? Is he a Christian? She said, Mom, I can't just be bringing an unbeliever here for you. I would never do that. That was her answer. It was like That's a redundant question, Mom. I can't bring an unbeliever, and I knew she wouldn't. So the question is, who are you dating? Who are you going to get married to? Is this someone with the fear of God? Is this someone that knows the Lord Jesus Christ? Is this someone that's going to continue the legacy of righteousness that your parents and you have established for yourself? Or you don't just care? You just do anything, date anybody, do whatever you like. We have to make sure that we are marrying the right person, because the day of reckoning will come when that person will say, stop praying, or say, don't do this, don't do that, and it's against your faith. And then you begin to complain. Who you marry matters a lot. This other story about submission in marriage, I just think that it might resonate with a number of us, both men and women, is to be open to one another and to ask questions and not to be afraid of one another. I had this couple who were friends. One of them the lady got a scholarship. She had already gotten a scholarship and studied in Holland. Then she came back. She got another scholarship. She was going to travel out of the country again to do some a master's program, 18 months or something like that. And the husband didn't like it. He just did not like it. And this is a very assertive sister that I know, but she loves the Lord. The husband didn't know what to do, so he came to me and said, Sister, can you talk to your friend? I said, what happened? She got this scholarship. I already knew that she got the scholarship. I already knew that she was planning with all her mind to go, and excited about it, to do her, not even a master's, to do her doctorate. So she was ready, excited. The husband came, I don't like this. It was after a service, we were just coming up, and then he cornered me and said, go and talk to your friend. She left me with a 6-month-old baby and traveled to Holland to do her master's. Now she wants to leave again and go and do her doctorate after maybe that was about 4 or 5 years. And I'm just too tired of this. Talk to her. So I thank God the Holy Spirit said to me, ask him this question. So I said, my brother, have you spoken to her about it? He said, no, I know you haven't spoken to her, and I know she won't listen, but maybe you can come and talk to her. I said, go home and speak to your wife. Talk to her. Calm down, let her know what the problems are, and then after that, if she refuses, you can talk to me about it. He didn't like it. He said, move on. Then he left. A week after, the sister dropped by me and said, God, I'm not going to the UK again. I said, what happened? She said, well, my husband didn't like it, and I think it's better for me to stay back here for my family. I said, wow, my sister, this is right. That's what the Bible says. So even though this man thought that she wouldn't like it, he spoke to her. She didn't even think about it twice. She cancelled it. As strong and assertive as she was, she just cancelled it. But God is faithful. She did her doctorate at a university in Nigeria, quite all right. But you know what God did? The same organization gave her a scholarship of $10,000. And the $10,000 had more purchasing value than the scholarship she would have had going to the UK to do the studies. So she bought herself a brand new Toyota. She bought a lot that she did and still finished her doctorate. She's had her PhD for the past maybe 15 years. So what am I trying to say? Open up, talk to the person. Your husband and wife, when you guys go in and sit down and talk to each other without any threat, with open-mindedness, they will listen.